Transfer deadline day at radio, though. Transfer deadline day at radio. I couldn't believe what was going on the other day.
Who do you reckon determined all of that? Was it the golden generation saying we're out, or was it the younger generation?
Just for people who don't know, because this to some people is not even any type of big news to them. But I'll explain it in a way where it makes it seem like it is big news. So basically...
So it isn't.
So it is big news. Oh no, so it isn't big news. No, it is big news still. It is kind of big news, but it just depends on who you're talking to.
I'm not going to eat bear.
Yeah, come on, bruv. Oh my God, the messages.
No, I'm sorry. Everyone, I understand. I really apologize, but I'm very skinny.
Just too quietly.
And I haven't eaten all day.
I'll try and see if I can, what's the time? So I can look at it on the thing and just quieten your mic down anytime you're chewing. But yeah, anyway. But anyway, so boom. How long has One Extra existed for, by the way? Does anyone know? 15 years?
Calum.
Google, please.
About 15.
Yeah, about 15 years. Google it to be exact. Semtex, I think, was on there from the start, right? I believe.
Possibly.
Semtex was on there from the start. Obviously, Semtex is one of the hip hop guys in the country.
16th of August 2002.
Raw.
18.
15, 16 years.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a long ass
Semtex hip hop guy. He's I'm not sure all the different shows that he was doing, but all I know is that he was doing 9 to 11, right, on a Friday night. Charlie Sloth now. Obviously, a lot of you lot will know Charlie Sloth, obviously, yeah. Charlie Sloth, another hip hop guy, whatever. He's been on the station for 10 years. Before that, he was doing loads of YouTube stuff or whatever it was. I remember he had Charlie Sloth, the manager. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember him before.
I think I remember even seeing him on TV.
MC, bro.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Yeah. What, a garage MC?
No, a rapper. He went on Westwood.
No, what? Before?
No, before that.
I'm talking before that on Raw Mission.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Wow, I'm telling you, he used to go on a set before, man. I used to be like,
I'm gonna chat to him about that if it ever comes on.
Come off, man.
What is wrong?
I swear, that's how I used to feel. That you know,
it weren't for him.
Time you just want to get on,
yeah.
And these mans, their set was always before us, so it weren't it was just like.
Okay, hurry up, man. The time, yeah. I hear that.
You were on the Dons.
But he I remember actually seeing him on. There was a documentary on TV one time. God, I remember me and Ben watching it years ago. I can't even remember what it was about. I think it might have had something to do with him pursuing artistry, being an artist or some shit like that. It was on proper TV, yeah, time ago.
What a hero.
He's been working. Listen,
so he's been working. He's been working. So obviously, got on One Extra, did all that, created the fire in the booth, whatnot. Yeah. Let me just skip some in it, because Fire in the Booth has become literally one of the, if not the biggest freestyle platform in the world. I put on par with Funk Flex has got one. Cold. I wouldn't. Do you know what? I would still say that maybe it's just from where I'm at, but I don't know how you measure these type of things, but maybe the quality. No, Swayze is actually proper freestyling anyway.
Yeah.
Swayze is what he does is he'll give you a word.
Yeah,
he gives you a word, and then you've got a freestyle on that, and then while you're freestyling, he'll just give you another word. Now the whole freestyling thing, not all the time.
Nah, with Little Dicky, he
didn't do that.
Yeah, but he won't let you use your phone though.
Yeah,
okay, that's what I would do.
That's what he do. Who did he get? Troy Ave. Yeah, he tried to hide his phone behind some water.
Oh, did he?
The camera set up there. He tried to put some water bottles there,
yeah.
Man, mid freestyle, man, just move the bottles out of the way.
Is it? Say no, you can't. Yeah.
Revealed his phone.
Sway done that.
Yeah, Sway's rude. I said, yeah, you're nang.
I love that.
That was nang.
I love that.
Out of the way.
Yeah, but anyway, so obviously, Semtex has been a part of the station since the beginning, and Charlie Sloth has created something huge for himself and also for rappers as well, with Fire in the Booth or whatever. Yeah. Now, I was very surprised to hear Semtex leaving. That was probably one of the. I don't listen to much radio like that anymore. But I do still listen to Semtex sometimes when I'm on my way to a booking or whatnot. Or especially if I know he's got a certain interview, I'll check out the show and hear the conversation with the artist or whatnot. Because Semtex caters to a different side of hip hop. than I would say Charlie Sloth does. And obviously Tim Westwood being there before all of that and then leaving and going to Capital Extra or whatnot. Now you've got this situation where Semtex announces that he's leaving. So I'm like, okay, cool. All right, he's leaving. Interesting to find out what he's going to do. I know he's doing the Ras Clark, the thing with Spotify, the podcast or whatever with Austin or whatnot. So I thought, you know what? They've probably given him a nice little check and whatnot. But I also said to my brethren, I wonder if it's an elbow thing because I know that Kenny All-Star is in there. Yeah.
He replaced his show.
Huh?
He's replaced
his show. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and then Zoo's replacing Sloth.
Who?
Is Big Zoo replacing
Oh
Sloth?
my God.
No
It's
way.
so
Is
mad
that
that you
what's
said
happening?
that because I thought this.
Yeah, because Big Zoo's character, his size, he's very loud.
I thought it might have been lethal.
spits.
And you know
Lethal
how
put up
ironic that
something.
is?
Saying what?
About a show and something. I can't remember.
Oh, his show will be lit.
Do you know how ironic that would be? Because
show would be
originally, I'm sure, see Charlie Sloth show, I'm sure it was supposed to be Charlie Sloth and Wretch. I'm sure I heard that a bunch of times, but Wretch was like,
1,000,000%.
That might not be. Yeah, you know what?
That is 100% true.
and then Wretch was like, and then Wretch didn't do it, and then a little while afterwards, that's when he had Don't Go and blah blah blah.
Getting,
Yeah,
you're right.
That's what happened. I remember that.
All right, boom. So that would be ironic if
I remember me and Titch were supposed to have a show on there.
What?
is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been mad.
That would have
You
been
and Crazy
the
Titch?
best shot, but then we wouldn't have you the way you are today.
Yeah, it would have been mad. Like, yeah, they was talking about it. Like, they asked us about it. Remember that.
What type of conversation?
It wasn't even a big conversation. It's just like, how would you kind of feel about doing a show? And it was like, yeah, that'd be mad. But we kind of, I think we spot it. Like one time we just ran up on the radio, like as a pirate, like run through the back doors, everything, security, just run up the stairs and then just run on the show. I don't even know.
What on some knockdown ginger vibe?
Just ramping. Like there was no need to do it. It was just ramping and then just ran in there on it was a Cameo show. Cameo was live. Just bang out the window. The winning, I think Nole was on. Nole was pissed. Yeah. That's what it was.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And I just think,
I wonder what Cameo's doing these days. I ain't seen that brother in time.
Cameo.
He messaged me the other day.
Did he, yeah?
I like Cameo.
Shout out to Cameo still. Anyway, boom. So then I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it might be an elbow thing. They're thinking a little bit more forward. And getting Kenny All-Star in there, and I know that Kenny All-Star's been grinding still and doing his thing for a minute and whatnot. So he's got an album that just come out called Block Diaries. I ain't listened to the whole thing yet, but the intro on that album is actually alright. He's got the Streets on the intro, which is sick still. But so anyway, then Charlie Sloth has said that he's leaving. I said, blouse and skirt, leaving.
It's mad, isn't it?
That to me was mad because, like, the way that it seems, the way that the pattern was obviously Tim Westwood, yeah, right? And then you could start to see after a while, right, seems like they're giving Charlie the development here and Westwood's getting a bit on now. It might be an elbow thing soon. Charlie Sloth's going to come in and snatch your food. Do you get what I'm saying? So, boom, anyway. It was obvious. So then anyway, boom, they dash away Tim Westwood now. Tim Westwood goes on Capital Extra. He's still there doing his thing. So then I'm saying to myself, hold on a minute now. Charlie Sloth's leaving the radio station. Why? Why is Charlie leaving?
Ownership.
Money.
I reckon is he gonna go Beats?
Yes, he is.
He's
He's definitely gone somewhere.
Then he's gonna own Fire in the Booth.
But he does still own it, doesn't he?
That's the question.
No, but it's on BBC, right?
Yeah, but it's also on his channel still as well.
Yeah,
so what he was doing, what I noticed, what he was doing is
he's never been stupid.
yeah. What, do you know what I noticed
maybe
he was
doesn't want
doing?
it there no more though, because I know if I had to put my videos in two places, after a while, I would be very pissed off. Especially Charlie Sloth, he understands YouTube probably even much better than me. I would be very pissed off, so I would have to figure out a way. Because I know Drake only came because of Charlie Sloth, probably.
Oh yeah, just to do Fire in the Booth.
So if I've got that type of power, why have I got to be over there?
Yeah, to do.
I've already got the platform of Fire. I've already got the platform. I'm gonna go elsewhere, get a brand on board, get this money, and he's a money man. He knows more than me, so I just feel like he's got all of these numbers, and he's just like, why am I giving them to the British broadcasting, whatever they're for? I know I wouldn't.
Because they don't take revenue either, do they?
What do you mean?
For on the YouTube channels.
I don't know.
Some stations give digital bonuses. I don't know if that applies to BBC at all.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I would have thought, because I'm sure, I mean, this is a big speculation now, yeah, but let's just say with the Breakfast Club, I'm sure that they have some type of big bonus for that.
Charlemagne said it after Charlemagne said it.
Yeah,
did he?
After what was it? The Birdman one, he said it.
They get all the presenters get a cut of.
Yeah, but you get a bonus, but imagine it's just yours.
Yeah, that's true.
You are the bonus, big man.
This is it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know for a fact that I'm going through certain situations where I just don't want certain people to have certain things of mine no more. Like I'm looking up to man like J2K. I'm looking up to man that I've got ownership, and I'm looking up to them. I'm saying, if I'm looking up to these guys because of ownership, why am I not owning anything?
But if you go to Beats, then what's the? You go to Beats for the check, but ultimately you still have to.
Oh, there'll be a compromise. There'll be a compromise. Charlie's a business, you know.
He's definitely. I heard something mad the other day. I heard like.
What's that?
I heard something mad, and I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, of course.
It came from a decent source, and it's like, yeah. There's a definite wicked check there.
Good.
He's gone to.
Yeah, because I like. You would think that the BBC, that's like their biggest asset. One of them. One of their biggest assets.
Of course.
Massive. Yeah. Man had Drake there, for fuck's sake. On a random one after a dance. I didn't even think that was planned. They was at a dance, and then Drake said, "Rah, can't we just roll up there now?"
Yeah, why not?
Had to open up the building and that for him. They still had, I think they still had the plastic cups from the dance. You know when you go, you know like when you, you know when you go to a yard dance. Yeah? You know when you go like Uptown Splurt.
That's real.
Yeah,
You know when you go to like Uptown Splurt or something like that with rubber ranks now, and you got your cup with your flipping glass cup rum in it now, and then you're just outside with the rum, with your plastic cup, and you roll to the next shubs. That was what it ultimately was.
Real.
That's how gangster that is. So I'm thinking, I would have thought that they would have, if there was an offer to make my man leave, they would have said, nah. Well, whatever it is, we'll add on top of that. But then he must have went back to them and said to them, they're giving me this, and they said, blood, we can't even do nothing with.
Because they're BBC at the end of the day. I like when people like Charlie Sloth leave BBC. It makes me really happy because I feel like a lot of people, even listening to this, aspire to go there. Like that is the holy grail. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have that as, if that's what your dream is genuinely, fam, go free. But if your dream is to be really, really big and really important, influential and what have you, being who you are, cuz don't make your dream and your aspiration to be on the top floor in the BBC. It's not that deep, fam. I can't lie to you. I used to have these dreams of being on the BBC. That was my everything. And then when I fucked it up because I wanted to run around with Dappy, I started reassessing everything in life and thinking to myself, I've lost the one thing that I want, but I'm still me. So I might as well just be me and see where it goes. And after doing that, I was like, all I kept thinking to myself was, why did I even want to go to that organisation in the first place? Why was I so eager to be a part of something that's happening there when nothing I go on really?
Yeah.
We're the people that determine what happens over there. But I was under the influence that they told me what was going on.
Yeah,
I think tell me what's going on.
Conditioning, basically.
I told you what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think Charlie Sloth has realised, fam, I brought Drake here. Not you lot. He didn't phone anyone from BBC and say, I did, so what am I here for? Like, I've exhausted this whole situation.
Yeah.
And it makes him interesting again. He can rebrand himself. Charlie's a fucking rude
And
man.
also, do you know what, yeah? See Beats, yeah? See how they film their content. Their content looks fucking sick, bro.
Yeah,
Visually, their shit looks hard, bro.
It can only be that way. There couldn't be no half-assed thing.
Yeah.
This is Beats. Like,
This is it.
You can't compete with that.
you can't.
You can't.
But then I'm saying, because, like, it's, well, you've already sort of said it, Perk, because I'm saying to myself, with, like, when Tim Westwood left, you could see that Charlie was going in there. Yeah? When Charlie's left, I'm saying, well, who could I see that's going there? Like, who could I was thinking to myself, there must have been crunch time meetings like crazy that week. There must have been meetings all day for that whole week trying to figure out what to do next. Because I said to them, before they announced the Big Zoo stuff and whatever. And,
So that's official, yeah? That's
it's not official, but it's a good observation because I thought the same thing. Yeah.
What's not official?
That Big Zoo's going to come in and ultimately do what sort of what
Remember,
Charlie
we
did.
determine what's cool, you know.
True,
So
I
if we say
hear
it's
you.
official, it's official.
This is
I hear that still.
This is what's
my actual question was
can't tell us.
this. Yeah, you can answer this however which way you do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
but there was nobody that I felt from the BBC's perspective. So I'm looking at it from the BBC's perspective, not mine. But there's nobody with the more digestible face that could slot in and do what Westwood and Charlie Sloth did. However, you've got Kenny All-Star there, right? Who has a little bit of chat, little bit. You know what I mean? When the streets talk, I listen, all of that. I hear him still. He's got a little bit of that. He's got the freestyle platform with the Mad About bars, which is not, I don't think is solely his though. That might be Mixtape Madnesses. I'm not sure who owns that. Yeah. So you've got that. You've got the artists and stuff that come there and do whatever.
You know what?
But I wanted to ask this question: would Kenny All-Star get the same development look? That was the question that I was asking myself.
I want it, sir.
The same.
The development look that would ultimately then bring him onto Radio 1 to do that sort of hip-hop show at that time traditionally.
Well, I think as a station, if you're bringing in anyone, you should have that.
Goal.
That should be what you're trying to do. Yeah. Like make the best of every situation.
Do you think they would?
I don't know. You know, boy. You know, like music, politics, and you know what I'm saying. But
I can't see it. I would love to see it.
I really don't know. You know, I really don't know.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
It should really just be that should be normal. But
we just don't know how long being black's going to be cool for. That's one thing we don't determine.
Because we are in a fad right now. Like we are just, you know what I mean.
We're the thing right now.
And when you look at the digestible face, in what you just said just there, poet, that's why I asked that question, because I think
what is a digestible face though?
I mean,
just say it as it is and shame the devil.
I'm just saying that traditionally at the BBC, obviously you've got Westwood and you've got Charlie Sloth, which are more the digestible faces. The more digestible faces.
I don't know.
So
let me show you something. Let me show you how the digestible face has gone right out the window now.
Okay.
Right out the window. The other day I done a show on ITV2 called Hate the Players or whatever. That was gentrification in its finest form. I hope to not be doing that again. And
bad.
Oh, it wasn't good, mate, I'll tell you that. But there was one thing where they done a survey and they said, what rapper would you see most likely to join the royal family? Out of all the rappers in the world, who was top?
Skepta.
Stormzy. And then second was Professor Green, and third was Eminem. Now that said to me, that survey was done in a predominantly white area with probably just white people, and the closer you had to a black person was, I don't know, a white person with a tan. So if they're saying Stormzy, that's not a digestible face, you know?
Of course not.
So I think this digestible face is actually changing, and Kenny All-Star might be...
What did you just say about 5 minutes ago?
What did I say?
You just said you don't know how long what?
Being black's going to be cool for. I don't, but I'm saying to you at the same time, this is why I can say I don't know, but I can still throw you loads of different scenarios where it's like, there could be a situation. So with that survey, it let me understand that being black is actually very, very cool. So
but we know that. That's not even a thing.
So what I'm saying to you is, because I don't know how long it's going to last.
It's always been, by the way.
If it lasts long, then the possibility of Kenny All-Star being there is very big.
Of course.
But if it doesn't last long, that nigga's back on the fucking back of the slave field.
It's a trickier one.
It's a tricky one still.
Just through the music that he champions with a lot of the drill and you know, what that goes through. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just
because the thing is, oh no, maybe not, because I was gonna say with the music that he champions and stuff like that, with all of the stuff that is attached to it, it would make it harder for him at some point because there's so much discussion around that. Do you get me?
So much.
But then Tim Westwood does get a lot of it too. I mean, they get onto Tim Westwood a lot about that. They get onto him a hell of a lot, and they almost use him as some type of scapegoat for it sometimes as well.
Yeah, that's when it suits them. But when it's ready for them to make money or make Theresa May start dancing, fam, we're back out here doing this drill shit. Anyway, I'm tired.
It will be interesting to find out what happens in it. But I'd love to see that. I'd love to see him get that. But you know what? When they announced the One Extra residency, where then that's not a proper shows yet, by the way. That's like a show, like maybe one show a month or one show a week for a month, something like that. The One Extra residency. It's like a temporary thing.
Yeah.
So you're not employed.
Who's
so
got the residency?
Big Zoo.
Oh, Big Zoo just got
He's
residency.
a residency.
That's what he's
But I thought as soon as they announced that, I thought I can see where this might be going.
I can see
because he's got that personality. He's like he could talk. He can gas. He can gas. People rate him. They respect him as well. He's got connects with artists and stuff like that. But he's an artist too. So there's going to be a point where he might have to say to himself, "What is it that I want to do?"
He's gonna have to choose. No doubt.
So
that's probably why Wretch didn't. do it
Yeah.
in the first place, because he would have had to. So I remember, that's actually facts. I remember that because
So
it
do
was
I.
at a point where where's it going for Wretch kind of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? We all know you're talented and you're sick, but it's that funny space that you can be in. It's like we might have to start exploring some other options now, like, just to safety net maybe. But then something like that starts kicking off, and then it's like, well, this is actually buzzing more than your music. You gotta choose at this point because there's so much more commitment to this now. That's what would ultimately probably happen with Zoo if that was to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? He might be too good at the job.
Yeah, that's true.
You
He'd
know
be
what I'm saying?
amazing.
He would be sick.
You know what I
He
mean?
would be sick at it, I think.
It could happen like that.
But then he'd have to. I don't know if he'd have to. Maybe create something a bit different, but he just doesn't have that freestyle platform yet with anyone, with all the artists that can come there and do that. He'd have to just make something mad
We
quick
need to create some
Create
content.
something.
Yeah.
and then just hope that
It's
catches.
big shoes to fill. It's hard. Like shit.
Massive.
Fire in the booth, bruv. And whatever else Charlie brought, like it's
It's
But you know what they should
massive
do?
shoes to fill,
yo,
bruv.
it's
Like,
mad when you think about it. 'cause
But can we just say though, the journey on Charlie getting fire in the booth and that moment, so that K Coke moment, was not overnight. The same
No, of
way
course not.
Westwood getting the grime co-signs that he did at one point and all the things wasn't overnight as well. So
I hope
if
that
I
it
was
doesn't come across
BBC,
that I'm saying that, because I'm definitely not saying that. So.
what's
I
that?
mean, no. I'm saying this. It's leading
okay.
to a point. The point I'm making is BBC shouldn't be thinking about big shoes to fill. They should be thinking about who can we develop so in 5 years' time they're that.
Yeah.
And just work with someone on their craft rather than trying to fill the void now. Like treat it like Alex Ferguson. My man used to get rid of Dwight York and Andy. I'm bringing Cristiano in, a young blood, Wayne Rooney, and eventually Cristiano Ronaldo will be the man that moves to Real Madrid for 100 mil or whatever it is. Like that's the way they should treat the situation rather trying to find the end product now. There's no pressure for that because being black is cool. So whoever you put in there is gonna have a level of support.
Yeah.
If this was 2011 when everyone was getting deals and doing pop songs, I would say fill them shoes now. But being black is cool. You might have another 3-4 years. You're better off just bringing in some young blood who's cool within the scene, very well respected, and build them. So in 4 years' time, when being black isn't cool, they still can survive on their own because they've built that following through the BBC audience. That's how I feel it should be
But
done.
that's just the natural progression of anything though, in any industry. You're gonna have to change the guard.
Yeah.
At some point, every 10 years. 10 years is a stretch.
Yeah, of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? They
It's
say you should
decades.
change your career every 10 years anyway.
Can't be trying to change it every day.
No, but you get what I'm saying? So like for them as business, sometimes you got to do it before it seems it's time. Like football clubs do it. Like you said, football clubs do it.
Yeah, of course, football clubs do it.
Wow, why didn't get rid of man now? But they're looking further ahead. They're like, maybe he's got maybe another 2 good years in him. Even he's firing now, but
Will he be fine? But here's the problem with that. With football clubs, they're fully aware of that industry and how to execute it. With BBC, no disrespect to you lot, I like you guys. I could definitely tell you they are not fully aware of this scene. They don't know how to talk to a man in Tottenham on a council estate right now. That's why they employ Kenny Allstar. That's why they have to bring Briggs Zoo, because they don't know how to do it. And I think that's the problem.
no one does though. Nobody
No,
does
you
in
do.
any industry. Yeah, but I'm me.
Chucky does, and we
But
actually are the
we're not
industry.
we're not the big corporate.
We're not
building.
at all.
Do
And
you know what I'm
that's-
saying? And
not at all.
but that's my point. It's like they never know. They've never none of these. Nobody's ever known. That's why you get me. You employ people. You have influencer programs. They do all these things instead of just employing the right person to head it up.
That's
You
what
go
I
around
don't
it.
understand. I've never understood.
That's all industry though.
Yeah.
That just
that's all
doesn't make
industry.
sense.
Why do you think that is?
Power in it, like people at the top. It's. I mean, I can't pinpoint any one reason, but you definitely know people at the top want to stay where they are. It's their business, it's their family. Even it could be. There's loads.
They just don't care about
Yeah.
us, man.
You know what I
That's
mean?
all,
Key.
bro.
It's their business, it's their family.
And they're doing it for a check, fam. They're not doing it because like they don't picture themselves doing anything else, fam. Like this means so much to man.
So you got to make your own. You just build
That's
your
the
own.
truth,
There's
bro.
no point sitting there
That's the truth.
questioning why we don't. Why ain't we employed there? Bro,
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
there long enough, bro. Just make your own one, then.
Yeah, I hear that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Do your own thing, type
I
of
don't
thing.
wait around for nobody.
Jay, neither do I.
Like so,
Neither do
if
I.
I feel a way about something, I'm brazen enough to say, all right, cool. You know what? You're not gonna play me. All right, cool. How about I just make my own radio station then and just play my tunes on there then?
That,
Do you get what I'm saying? And then play voice tunes who's like me.
but that was
then.
my mentality with when I started doing That's a Rap. Like my mentality was, I watched the lick. I love the lick. The lick's gone now. Where's that show? Who's making it? Oh, no one's making it. Come on, bro. Come on, Quit is on. Come on, this. Let's just make this show. It might work. It might not. Next thing you know, I'm sitting down with Mary J. Blige. I'm sitting down with Fam, I'm sitting down with J2K, I'm sitting down with everyone. I'm just like, raw, our one little idea actually worked. And once you do that and you build the confidence, you realise that you are the most important person in this situation, not the corporations.
Right.
So, and if the corporations are listening, trust me, let me show you the easy routine to speaking to black people. Employ influential black people. Then your problem is, even on a consultancy base, like if I'm at 1Extra and we have an issue like this, J2K, what you saying? Yeah, all right. Can you come down for a meeting?
Yeah.
Lethal, what you saying? Can you come down for a meeting? Can Skep come someone from way back? I'm getting all the influential figures, all the people that are foundation, and saying this is what's happening now. This is what's gonna happen in the course of a year. How can we work together so we get there authentically and we stay here for a long period of time? But I appreciate it's business. I don't really care like that. So
That's the thing. It's business, isn't it? And I think that's the unfortunate thing sometimes as well.
And people know, understand. And this thing is the same way you like these companies understand the influence and the power. That's why they try to employ it rather than hand it to some. Do you get what I'm saying? It's I'm not going to give you shares in this building. I'll pay you
a good wage.
Something, not even a good wage sometimes, or something, keep you happy. Like, it's even just like with you know, shoe companies now, they're giving everyone free shoes and that, like, but it's like, really, you should be paying, man, to be honest.
100.
Like,
That's fair.
like, but you don't, because there's enough monkeys that's just gonna just be happy to have it for free and shout you out at every moment they can. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna skate when that question comes up from someone who's got a bit more knowledge.
It's quite
of the
true,
situation.
actually, when you deep it. Like, there's so much.
Social
There's like a
media
lot of
influencers.
companies that are ultimately throwing out clothes and their brands to artists who have massive social media numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, giving them a whole bunch of clothes, and then we wear it. We influence people or whatever
Social
they see
media
it.
influencer.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Vuj,
yeah.
by the way.
Vuj is so funny.
And then, but really, it's like man giving free advertisement.
Of course it is. You know how much money they save in doing that. Like, once you just understand the game, then, because the thing is, I'm not against corporations. I'm not against people. Do you get what I'm saying? And what, do you know what I mean? Business is business at the end of the day, and you choose to get involved in business. That's your choice. If you want to get involved with a company, you want to wear the free shoes, whatever. Like, and there's nothing against that. But you know, if you start to understand the value of what you're doing, then you just approach the situation a bit differently. It's not unfair. It's just understanding your value a little piece. You can say, you know, you can break me off for that. You know, actually a little piece. I don't mind doing it because you know what I mean, I fuck with the shoes, or, you know what I mean, this some dope shit I would probably bought anyway. But seeing as we're doing that, let's, you know what I mean, let's
do it properly.
Let's do it properly then.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Because then it's business. If you look at me as a business and you approach me as a business and say, I want to advertise something on your business, here's the product, here's some money, then it's cool. But when they just give you the crap, it's true, yeah, when they just give you the crap, that's why I don't really promote anything. I'm not on it. I'm just not on that.
yeah,
Promote for
it's
free.
I know, it's mad.
And nappies in Sweden are £20 per pack. You gone mad. £20 for a pack of nappies, and the man are just shitting and throwing it away.
I remember one time I heard, like, I remember this is early, years ago, when I heard, like, someone told me, I don't know if the number was accurate, but there was like, you know, Rewind magazine was out them times, and like, I think any magazine really. So like, you go in the magazine with your free crepe and your free tracksuit and that, like, that saves them 8 bags in advertising on that page. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they would have had to pay X amount for the advertisement.
No
But
way.
you know, the billboard, innit, for this piece. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, but again,
That's
it's
fucked.
business. You know, it's down to what you're willing to take as well. Because I'm never onto someone like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Like, rare. But like, just having knowledge of it is definitely, you should be trying to have knowledge of what you're doing or getting into.
Yeah.
And then you can make a real decision on what you're trying to do. You can still say, yeah, you know, but I still fuck with it. Let's say they give me the thing, and that's fine. That's
Yeah, yeah.
huge. You get what I'm saying? But when you're just like oblivious, and sometimes I feel like companies prey on the oblivious. Do you get what I'm saying?
my
course.
lord. I'm going to give you an example afterwards.
Because that's part of the business as well, isn't it?
Of course, it's like, do you know what I mean? It is that. So, you know, like me, anything I try and do, I will definitely try and break a man off if I've got it. Because I've got businesses, I've got companies, and I've had to use the same strategy and method. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but I've been lucky enough and fortunate that a lot of people are like my friends or acquaintances that, you know, I'm good with. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I've just held good relations with people. So, man, are willing to help man out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're helping man's business. You're helping me. Like, bless. So, like, but then anytime, like, it got to the point where man's actually got budget now, like, because there is budget. I genuinely didn't have budget before because you just help, man. and I'll be like, yo, bro, can you thingy from man? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I got some budget. More time, man, I'm like, bro, I'm doing this for you, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But I have to let man know there's some money there for you. Like, I can give you some money because ultimately I understand your value and I respect it because I'm from where you're from. I'm not just the company, the corporate.
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying
from Nowheresville that's just understands business and knows how to sell something. You know what I'm saying? I was the talent on the other side.
Yeah, you get it.
I'm never going to treat someone like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and just take them for an idiot. Do you know what I mean? So
and your foundation, Jay. Your foundation, bro.
So,
your foundation, bro.
Yeah, it's sick, bro, actually. The evolution of like where you've kind of come from as a artist, yeah, to a businessman as well. And that's why I think it's good to have them type of conversations because you know what, yeah? Some people are oblivious and they don't know. Like they don't even really know what's happening around them. Some of their managers don't really understand it either.
Yeah.
But when you do know, having them conversations can wake certain people up to understanding things a little bit better. And I like, you know what I'm a big fan of, yeah? I was thinking about this the other day. Lying in my bed, I was thinking to myself, one thing that I proper like, yeah, is when one of us goes to the other side and experiences a certain level of business or a certain level of success and comes back and says, fam, just to let you man know, yeah, if you put your money and do this or if you do that or do this, you could this could be the outcome or whatever it is. Or you should have a think about this or you should have a think of, like, I love that. I love that. That was one of the reasons why I had the urban financer here as well, because it was like, here's a man who is working in private banking and deals with a different level of business. It's good to see somebody like that go be over there, but also come back and say, yo, you man, just let you know, yeah, if you do this, you could get that. Or if you think about this.
It's important, man.
Yeah.
It's important for the development of everyone and just maintaining this whole thing going forward. Because like you said, you know, black is cool right now. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, for us, it's just cool for them.
It's always been cool to us.
It's always been cool for us. This is nothing new. But for us to sustain the lights and the where we're at with it, we need to be building our things within it. Do you get what I'm saying? Within and leveraging what we're using or who we're dealing with at this point. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
companies,
100%.
whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? And this is not a thing. I'm not against companies. You know, like I've grown up on the brands.
I think it's about learning. It's like, about teaching people how to work with them as well, understand and
collaborate. Anytime I want to work with someone, because I want to work with. I don't want to just come and take your money. Or you just fund something, man. Let's work together because I've actually had an idea and I think this would be dope if we did this together. I see what you're kind of doing with your brand and what you're trying to target. You know, I could do something. Like, it would be sick. We can create something together. Do you know what I mean? Not just, you know, you come in and just throw your money and slap a logo on it and like, nah, I prefer to work together with something. Do you know what I mean?
Let me give you an example of a situation that happened where I've said to myself, because although it sounds like I'm against corporations, I'm not against corporations. I'm just really for my people. So because I'm so for my people, it looks like I'm against it. But in any other situation, I wouldn't respond like this. It's just because I'm so for my people. So there was an event that happened the other day, and I'm not going to go into too much details. Everything will be revealed. But there was 3 DJs, and there was 3 DJs that we were paying to do an event, and the person that I had asked to take care of the situation is someone that I value very close to me and is from our neck of the woods. So I gave them the 3 DJs and trusted the situation without having to monitor it.
Fair.
And then 2 of the DJs had agents or representatives or had been in corporate positions before, so I knew the lingo. The other one didn't. So he was getting paid for a corporate event £150. So I've gone back to the company now and I've just said, wow, you tried to exploit my friend. And they're all acting oblivious. I said, let me tell you something, people, yeah? Let's not act like we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I understand you lot are under pressure, you want to get things confirmed and move forward. But I have chosen everything within this whole equation. I even chose you lot to work with. And I chose you off the strength of you're my people. Everyone involved in the situation is my friend. Everyone's getting paid adequately. There is a budget set aside for DJs, but you want to cut costs for no fucking reason. When a man's saying to you £150, you're meant to say, no, the budget for, if you care about what we're doing, because I was under that impression, you're meant to say the budget for this is this or whatever it is. £150 for a corporate event, fam.
Do you know what is mad? Yeah, we got to wrap up. But I tell you one thing, yeah, Poet knows how to get the bag. What? There's been a couple of times, yeah, where Poet, can you DJ? Yeah, basically you could just get this. I'm like, what? Just get this? I didn't realize they were just giving it off like that. He's like, nah, mate. Like, bro, the budget's there. Don't worry about that, cuz.
I deal with algorithms and bare things. I'm like, yo, let me take a look at if I do this, is this what happens? Cool. So I've influenced that. So if 10 people out of that buy this off me saying it, that's how much you lot make. Raw, but it's gonna be a lot more than 10 people. So basically, bro, nappies are £20 in Sweden. You need to give me my money, bro. Like, I'm on it.
Obviously, we got to wrap up, but there's still enough things I wanted to speak with you about. So I'll tell you what we do. In about 3 weeks or maybe even 2 weeks, come back again. And then we'll extend it.
Let's do it.
Or we buy Calum.
Say
we buy Calum some respect from Argos. I think the Calum number is 8710/101, and he can contact people to let them know a lot earlier than 10 minutes before the actual show he's gonna be late.
Yeah. So basically, just if anyone's upset that the podcast is only an hour, it's Callum's fault today. Yeah. We would have had 2, but it's all right.
Tell him you're Kanye West, fam. Man loves you today. I'll probably hate you tomorrow.